In this video, I'm going to show you an organized method for solving the Marilyn Burns 1 through 10 card investigation. And in this card sort, you're going to arrange a set of 10 cards that are numbered 1 through 10 face down so that the following occurs. You're going to turn over the top card, and it should be a 1. You'll then place it face up on the table. You'll move the next card in the deck to the bottom of the deck, keeping it face down. When you turn over the third card, it should be a 2. You'll again place it face up on the table on top of the 1. You'll move the next card to the bottom of the deck, keeping it face down again, and you'll continue in this way, turning over a card, placing it face up on the table, and moving the next card to the bottom of the deck. When you're done, all the cards on the table should be face up and arranged in order from 1 to 10. To help you understand how this card sort works, I'm going to make this into a simpler problem. So instead of sorting the cards 1 through 10, we're going to start out by sorting cards 1 through 5. And for the purposes of this video, I'm going to have all the cards be face up so that you can see exactly what is going on in the deck. For our first sort, 1 through 5, you'll see that I've created a table, and in this table I have 2 columns. The first column is representing the card numbers 1 through 5. And these arrows right here, the down arrows, are just indicating that I am going to place that number card on the table and it will no longer be part of my deck. You'll also notice that these card numbers are separated. I have 1 and then I have a blank right here, and then 2 and a blank and a 3 and a blank, and then 4 and 5. That's because I know, based on how this card sort works, that every other card that is in my stack will go to the bottom. So that means every other card that I have will be the card that I am going to place on the table and will no longer be in my deck. You'll also see that I've labeled the bottom of the deck. If I count through here, I have 1 card, 2 cards, 3 cards, 4 cards, 5 cards. So after the 5th card is the original bottom of the deck. Now I'm going to place cards underneath the bottom of the deck, but this is where the bottom of my deck originally is when I have my cards stacked up. In the right-hand column, you'll see that I have a couple of letters here. These letters are variables, and they're just placeholders to help me keep track of what these in-between cards are that I don't know right now. Right now, I don't know what this card is that comes right after the 1 in my deck, so I'm giving it the name of A. I also don't know what this card is that comes right after the 2, and I'm calling it B. I know that this card right here that is eventually going to go underneath the bottom of the deck, it's either going to be A or B. It's not going to be 1, 2, or 3, because by the time we get to the bottom of the deck, numbers 1, 2, and 3 will have been put down and they will be out of the deck. So this card right here will either be A or B. You'll also notice that when I get down to 4 and 5, there's not a blank in between these 2 cards. And the reason for that is because once I put down card number 4, there's only 1 card left in the deck, so there's not a blank in between them. All I would have left is card number 5. So let me show you how this would work if I were to just use the table and not the cards. And then after that, I'll show you how it would look with the cards. The first thing I'm going to do is put down card number 1. It will now be out of my deck. After that, card number A, which I don't know what the value of that card is. I don't know what its number value is. But I do know that it is now going to go to the bottom of the deck. So it's going to go down here, and I'm going to go ahead and label this card A. I am now at card 2. Card 2 will go down, so it will be out of the deck. And then I'll move on to card B, which will go to the bottom of the deck. So card B is now going to the very bottom of the deck underneath card A. So now I know that card B is actually card number 4. After card B goes to the bottom of the deck, I'm now at card 3. Card 3 will go down on top of card 2 and will no longer be in the deck. I've now reached the original bottom of my deck. However, that original bottom of the deck has now risen to the top, and we are now at card A. This card right here that originally went to the bottom of the deck has now risen to the top. Because we just put down card 3, card A now goes to the bottom of the deck again, underneath card B. And now I've learned that card A is actually number 5. The next thing I do is I put card 4 down on top of card 3, and then all I have left is card 5, so I'll put it down on top of card 4. Let's look at this now using the number cards. So our order is 1, 5, 2, 4, and then 3. Now these are all face up so we can see exactly what's going on. But the first thing that I'm going to do, let me go ahead and stack these up so that like they would look in our deck. So here's our deck of cards. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to place the 1 out of the way down. The 5 then will now go to the bottom of the deck. And the 2 is my next card that will now go down, so it goes on top of the 1 over here. Remember that every other card goes to the bottom of the deck. So my next card, the number 4, will go to the bottom of the deck. The next card will go down, so my next card in this case is the 3. It will go on top of the 2. Every other card goes to the bottom of the deck, so this 5 will go to the bottom of the deck. The 4 will go on top of the 3. And now I only have 1 card left, so the 5 now gets to go down on top of the 4. And if I look at my cards here, I now have my cards in order from 1 through 5. Let's now look at how we can use a table to help us sort card numbers 1 through 6. Notice that in this table, I again have 2 columns, numbers on the left-hand side and then some variables on this side. On the left-hand side, I have now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards in the deck before I reach the bottom of the deck. And because I have 6 cards in the deck, you'll notice that I also have now 3 blanks in between them. And these blanks are actually, they're cards, I just don't know what their values are yet, so I'm assigning them a variable. In this case, I have A, B, and C. So just like I did in the last example, the first thing I'm going to do is place card number 1 down, and then the second card, which is card A, will go to the bottom of the deck, right underneath where it says bottom of the deck, and I now know that card A is actually card number 4. Card number 2 is our next one. It will go down on the table on top of card number 1. So the next card, B, will go to the bottom of the deck underneath card A. I still don't know the value of card B, so I'm just going to go ahead and label that with a B. The next card is going to go down, and that's card 3, so it'll go down right on top of card 2. After that, I'm going to go to the bottom of the deck with card C. Card C will go underneath card B, and I now know card C's value. Card C is the 5. I've now reached the original bottom of my deck, and this card A the first one that I put underneath the bottom of the deck has now risen all the way to the top. Card A was the number 4, so it's now ready to go down on top of the number 3. And then card B, the next card in the deck, will go to the bottom. I now know that card B is actually number 6. After card B goes to the bottom, the number 5 goes down on top of the 4, and then I'm down to only 1 card, which is card 6, which goes on top of card 5. Let's look at this now using the table. And the first thing that I knew in my table is that I had cards numbers 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3 had some other cards in between them. There was a card that went right here in between cards 1 and 2 because I put card number 1 down, and then this card right here is going to go to the bottom of the deck. Then I put 2 down, and then this card goes to the bottom of the deck. I put 3 down, and then there's another card over here that's going to go to the bottom of the deck. What I didn't know is what is this card, what is this card, what is this card? And that's where I gave them names A, B, and C. Now, I figured out now that card number 4 actually goes right here, and card number 4 is actually card A. I also have figured out that card number 6 goes right here, and card number 6 is card B. And then lastly, card number 5 goes right here, and it is card C. Let's now group them together in a stack and then look at what the actual sort will look like. So we have 1, 4, 2, 6, 3, and then 5. So when I start doing the sort, card number 1 goes down and out of the deck. The second card, which is card number 4, which originally we called card A, it will now go to the bottom of the deck. So this is this part right here where I sent card A, card 4, to the bottom of the deck. It's now on the very bottom of it's the new bottom of my deck. Card number 2 will go on top of card number 1, so it will go out of the deck on top of card number 1. Card number 6, which was originally variable B, will now go underneath card number A, so it will go to the bottom of my deck. Card number 3 is the next one that I'm going to put out of the deck, so it will go down on top of card number 2. Card number 5 was originally variable C, so it goes underneath B now. It will go to the bottom of the deck. And card number 4 has now risen all the way to the top of the deck. It was originally that second one in the deck that went all the way to the bottom, but all of these that were originally in the deck, card number 1, card number 2, card number 3, have now gone out of the deck over here. So the first one we put on the bottom has now risen to the top of the deck. So card number 4 is now ready to go on top of 3. In our table, we just did this. We put card number 4 down, so card letter B will now go to the bottom of the deck. Next, card number 5 goes on top of card 4, and then we're down to card 6, which will go on top of card 5. And we can now unstack and see that our cards are in numerical order. Next, let's look at 1 through 7. In 1 through 7, just like before, the first thing that we're going to do is put card number 1 down. The second card, which we do not know, will go to the bottom of the deck. We still don't know its number, but it is card A. Card number 2 then goes down, and then card letter B goes to the bottom of the deck. We do know that it is card 5, though. We then put card 3 down, and card C goes to the bottom of the deck. We don't know card C's value, but it goes underneath card B. Card number 4 goes down, and now we have reached our original bottom of the deck. Right underneath that bottom of the deck is card A, which will now go to the new bottom of the deck underneath card C. We know that card A now has a value of 6. After we put card A down to the bottom of the deck, we take card 5 and put it out on top of card 4. And then card C goes to the bottom of the deck, which tells us card C is 7. Then the 6 goes down, and then we're left with the 7, which will also go down. Just like in card sort 1 through 6, we originally had the 1, then a space, then the 2, then a space, then the 3, and a space, and then a 4, and then the bottom of the deck. And 5, 6, and 7 went somewhere in between, either here, here, or here, but we weren't sure where they went. We eventually figured out that card 6 was actually card A, which means it went right here. And then we figured out that card 5 was card B, so it went in between the 2 and the 3. And then card 7 was what we called card C, and it went in between the 3 and the 4. We can now stack these up and go through our sort. In our sort, the very first thing we do is put the first card down, and the second card goes to the bottom of the deck. The next card goes down, and every other card goes to the bottom of the deck. The next card goes down, and every other card goes to the bottom of the deck. The next card goes down, and every other card goes to the bottom of the deck. The next card goes down, and every other card goes to the bottom of the deck. The 6 goes down, and then we're left with the 7, which will also go down on top of the 6. If we unstack, we can see that we have our cards now in numerical order. Next, let's look at 1 through 8. And just like before, in 1 through 8, we have the card numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we have some gaps in between them that we don't know. We don't know what card goes right here. We don't know what goes in between 2 and 3, between 3 and 4, and then after 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 variables that are going to be assigned to each of these 4 cards. So the very first thing that we'll do is we'll put card number 1 down. And after that, the second card in the deck, which we don't know its value, but it's going to go to the bottom of the deck. And because right after the bottom of the deck, we had just put a card underneath the deck, we now know that card A must be card number 5, because card number 4 would have gone down, card letter D would have gone underneath the deck, so the next card would have to be card 5, which is now card A. So we'll go ahead and label card 5 A. And I can place it in between the 1 and the 2 here. After card A goes to the bottom of the deck, we are going to put card 2 down, and then card B will go to the bottom of the deck. We don't know B's value, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave it as a B, and I can't put anything in between 2 and 3 just yet because I don't know its value. After B goes to the bottom of the deck, then 3 goes down, and then C goes to the bottom of the deck right underneath card B. Card C must be number 6. So between 3 and 4 will be card 6, which we had labeled as variable C. If we go back to the table, what we had done is we had just put card C to the bottom of the deck. So card 4 then goes down, and then card D goes to the bottom of the deck, right underneath card C. We don't know its value. We've now reached the original bottom of our deck, but card A has risen all the way to the top of the deck now. Because we just put card D underneath the bottom of the deck, card 5 now goes down, and then card B goes to the bottom of the deck again. And card B we now know is a 7. Card B was the one that went between 2 and 3, so the 7 goes between the 2 and the 3. Back to our table, we just moved card B to the bottom of the deck, so card number 6 goes down, and then card D now goes to the bottom of the deck, which we now know card D is the number 8. So I can go ahead and label card 8 with the variable D. And card 8 goes right after the 4. Back to the table. We had just put card D to the bottom of the deck. So card 7 goes down, and then we're just left with card 8, which will also go down. This time, let's look at it with the cards, but I'm not going to stack them up. I'm just going to move them around so you can see their movement as we progress through the sort. So you can assume that these are stacked from left to right. The leftmost one will be the card that will be on top. So the card number 1 is going to go down, and I'm going to move these over as I go just to make sure I have enough room. So the next thing that will happen is the 5 will go to the bottom of the deck way over here. I'm going to have to kind of shift these over so you can see this. So the 5 goes to the bottom of the deck. That was our A. The 2 then goes down. And now the 7 goes to the bottom of the deck. Let me continue to shift these over as I go. The 3 then goes down, and the 6 goes to the bottom of the deck. The 4 goes down, and the 8 goes to the bottom of the deck. The 5 goes down. The 7, which was B, goes to the bottom of the deck. So this is where we are right here. And we just did this. The B went to the bottom of the deck. So we're now at the 6 going down. The 6 goes down. And the 8 goes to the bottom of the deck. And then we just have the 7 goes down and the 8 goes down. And now we have our cards in order from 1 to 8. Here is the 1 through 9 sort. And in the 1 through 9 sort, I have the cards 1 through 5, and then I have gaps in between them that I need to place the 6, 7, 8, 9 in between. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put the 1 down, and then the card A will go to the bottom of the deck. I still don't know its value. Card number 2 goes down, and then B goes to the bottom of the deck underneath the A. I do now know that B is card 6. Next, the 3 goes down, and now I'm ready to move card C to the bottom of the deck. I still don't know what it is. Next, card 4 goes down, and then card D goes to the bottom of the deck. And I know card D must be number 7. Card number 5 next goes down, and card A goes to the bottom of the deck again. Card 6 goes down, and card C goes to the bottom of the deck again. We now know that card C is number 8. Card 7 now goes down, and then A goes to the bottom of the deck for the 3rd time, and we now know that A is number 9. Then card 8 goes down, and finally card 9 goes down. I'm again going to do this sort without stacking the cards. So let me put everything in order. We had 1, 9, 2, then 6, 3, then 8, 4, and then 7, and then 5. When we start our sort, card number 1 goes down. Card number 9, which was A, goes to the bottom of the deck. I'm going to have to move these over. Then card number 2 goes down. The next card goes to the bottom of the deck. Card 3 goes down. Let me move these over. And the next card goes to the bottom of the deck. So this is where we are right here. Card C at number 8 just went to the bottom of the deck, right underneath the 6, which was originally card B. Then card number 4 goes down. And then card 7 is going to go to the bottom of the deck. So that's this part, this yellow part right here. Card 7 is going to the bottom of the deck. Card 5 goes down. And now we've reached our original bottom of the deck. So this is where we are right now. We've reached our original bottom of the deck. So all of these cards, the 9, 6, 8, and 7, those are our gap cards, the ones that we didn't know to begin with. And card 9 was the first one, card A, the first one that had gone to the bottom of the deck. So it's now risen all the way to the top of the deck. So now card 9 will go to the bottom of the deck because I just put card 5 down. So this is where I am right here. Card A just went to the bottom of the deck for the 2nd time. Now card 6 will go down. And card 8 will go to the bottom of the deck. Card 7 will go down. And now, again, if we look at our table, this is where we are right now. Card 7 just went down. Card A, which is the 9, will now go to the bottom of the deck for the 3rd time. And then 8 will go down, and then all we'll be left with is the 9. Let's now look at our final card sort, the 1 through 10 sort. So in the 1 through 10 sort, just like all the others, the 1 goes down. The next card that we don't know goes to the bottom of the deck. And we do know it now because the first card underneath the bottom of the deck has to be the number 6. Card 2 will then go down, and card B will go to the bottom of the deck underneath the A. We don't know the B yet. 3 will go down, and then the C will go underneath the B. Card C is 7. Card 4 will go down, and then card D will go underneath the C. Card 5 will go down, and then card E will go underneath D. We know card E is 8. Next, card A, this one right here, the 6 will go down because we just put the 5 down and then the 8 underneath the deck. Card 6 will go down, and card B will go to the bottom of the deck for the second time. We still don't know its value. Then card 7 goes down, and next card D will go to the bottom of the deck for the second time. We now know its value. Its value is 9. Next, card 8 goes down, and then card B goes to the bottom of the deck for the third time, and we now know its value is 10. And next, card 9 goes down, and then we're just left with card 10, which will go to the bottom of the deck. Let's now put these in order. We have 1, 6, 2, 10, 3, 7, 4, 9, 5, and 8. I'm going to go ahead and perform this sort without stacking it. So card number 1 will go down. The second card, which I called card A, will go to the bottom of the deck. Let me shift these over. Card 2 is next, so it will go down. And then the next one, which I called B, right over here, this is B going to the bottom of the deck. Card 3 is now going to go down, and the next one will go to the bottom of the deck. And you can see that card A, the first one that I put at the bottom of the deck, it's rising up because this is now the bottom of the deck. It's getting closer and closer to the front of the deck, and eventually when we get down here, it's going to have risen all the way to the top of the deck. Next, card 4 will go down, and then card D, which is 9, will go to the bottom of the deck. Card 5 goes down, and then card 8, which is E, goes to the bottom of the deck. And now we are at that point where card A, which originally had gone to the bottom of the deck, it's now risen all the way up. So now we have all of our gap cards. These are all of our variables, A, B, C, D, and E. You can see that they are in order, which is what we would expect because they went to the bottom of the deck in order. So now card A will go down. Card B will then go to the bottom of the deck. Card C, which is number 7, will go down. This is where we are right here. So that means card D is going to go to the bottom of the deck. 8 goes down. 10 goes to the bottom of the deck. And then we just have 9 and 10. Look in the video description for a link where you can download this graphic organizer to the Marilyn Burns 1 through 10 card investigation.